Hello, hello, everyone. Check it out. Okay, we've got a new. I just love that cash register sound. It makes me think of money and the awesomeness of making money and how I love money and money loves me. And this is your show to come and ask questions about all things law of attraction, money mindset, and manifestation for coaches for scaling your business. I know that one of the biggest issues that coaches and coach type entrepreneurs have is having huge hearts and really caring about making a lot of money in their businesses, and yet they get really stuck and afraid, and all kinds of stuff comes up along the business building journey. And I know that if you're here watching this live or later, you have questions about how to scale your business faster and with more ease and more joy and more flow and more fun. And I love sharing these tips with you because I went from food stamps to building a 6-figure business fast. And so every week on the NFA Money Talk show, I bring you guests who help you rock it out in your business, time management tips, how they scaled, money blocks, things that are coming up for them that can freak them out, get them stuck, and how they broke through it so that they can give you tips. And some weeks I come here solo just to answer questions that I'm getting from my audience on a regular basis that I want to share here and answer for you. If it's your first time here, put in the comments, just say NFA newbie, no fucking around newbie, and or share if you've been here before and are loving what you're getting here. I always love hearing from you, so make sure that you're checking in each week and sharing comments and asking questions because I will bring you answers. I want to start with a law of attraction card. So I got this new fun law of attraction deck, Abraham-Hicks. So this one is the universal law of attraction defined. Okay, and I'm going to read you the back and then I'll hold it up. So the law of attraction says, the essence of that which is like unto itself is drawn. So likes attract likes. And while this may seem like a rather simple statement, it defines the most powerful law in the universe, the law that affects all things at all times, for nothing exists that is unaffected by this powerful law. So we're talking the universal law of attraction. And the reason this matters is because no matter what you think or believe about the law of attraction, you are attracting things your way. Sometimes these are unconscious and sometimes these are conscious. What we really want to be magnetic manifestors is to be consciously attracting our way. And one of the things that most people, entrepreneurs, get stuck with is not allowing things to come their way. So especially if you're a type A person and you're in the business world and you've had a tendency to set goals and push hard and get there and, make it happen at all costs, you are probably someone who's overworking in your business. And I get it because I used to do this too. Like I would push. I'd set a really lofty goal and then I'd push, and I'd make it happen. And then at the end of it, I wouldn't feel that good because I would manifest it and accomplish that goal, but I didn't enjoy the journey along the way, because you can get things through force and push. That it's absolutely possible. The thing that we want as being deliberate, conscious creators who are allowing the universe to help us is to work less, make more, and have fun as we build our businesses, instead of building a prison out of our businesses. And so in that work less, make more, and have fun, that's where I fit in to help you learn the strategies and the tools to do that. So today, if I have some Q&A come in, awesome, I'll answer it. Until then, I'm going to cover the 3 steps to get to 6 figures faster first, and then I'll answer some questions. And if people come on live, awesome. And if not, ask later when you're watching this later, ask questions in the comments and I'll make videos for you in the future. So let's first start. Usually when I have a guest on, I ask what their biggest current money fear is. So I'm going to talk a little bit about mine, and we will chat about that for a minute. So mine is, will the money keep coming? Okay, so current biggest money fear, will the money keep coming? So this is something that I notice comes up for entrepreneurs who are scaling their businesses. Let's say, like for me, when I started out, I was on food stamps. It was at first, it was like, will I survive? Can I make it? And then as I up-leveled to 6 figures and I'm on my way to 7, it's this thing of, ebbs and flows in my business. It's not feast or famine anymore like it was at the beginning. And now it's like, steadily increasing, but I have ebbs and flows, especially as I revamp and learn more about my rock star 5-star client avatar, about the gifts I bring to the world in my zone of genius and that kind of thing. I'll revamp. I've rebranded my business and I've done all kinds of different things to bring people to NFA Money. And in that process, when the money goes down, it's like, oh, you get scared. This fear comes up. And so for me, it shows up like, just this little background thought that'll be like, oh God, what if the money stops? Like, what if I can't keep making money? What if this program that I released doesn't work? And so, I use all the strategies I teach on myself. So I just go through my NFA Money Formula strategy. If you want access to that, just go here. Let's see. Oh, it's on the bottom scrolling, NFAmoneyformula.com. So this gives you 3 really simple steps. I actually just revamped this lead magnet and it is awesome. And when I say lead magnet, everyone here needs a lead magnet in their business. If you don't have one, DM me or leave in the comments, hey, help me with this because this is something that you need. For me, this is a free giveaway. We're going to talk about this today that helps attract people to NFA Money. And then I get to hang out with you over time and teach you more and more and provide value. So then that you raise your hand and go like, hey, I want to work with you. And in this 3-step formula, it's what I use on myself. It's what I use with my clients. It's what I use in masterminds. It's what I teach everything from. And so I use it on myself when I have this money fear come up, like, oh my God, will the money keep coming? And so what I do is I recognize the fear. And the way I recognize it is that I start to notice that I feel off. So in recognizing, you just ask yourself, where am I struggling? What am I feeling stuck about? And you recognize it. And then you want to reframe it. So I go like, what do I want? Okay, I want the money to keep on coming. Like, keep on coming, money, keep on flowing. And that's what I want. I want to move my mind away from focusing on, oh my God, it might not come. I'm afraid, fear-based thoughts, limited thinking. And so I move into the reframe. I want more money to keep coming. The next level is to repeat and to reprogram my mindset. And in that repetition, I'm choosing to repeat something that is 100% believable in my mind so that I can be in alignment in my thoughts, my feelings, and my actions. So I go, okay, I want the money to keep coming. So now I say, I am ready and excited for never-ending money to come my way. I'm ready and excited for never-ending money to come my way. I am ready and excited for increasing money to always be coming my way. I'm ready and excited for increasing money to always be coming my way. And as I say that, I start to get into an elevated state and I'm like, oh yeah, this is possible, 100%, I can do this. And so it reframes my brain in the direction of success and starts to help me drop that will money keep coming. And that's all I do. It's that simple. And then what that does is starts to reprogram my money mindset. And then I'm focused in the direction, raising my vibration to be positive so that I can attract my way, like we said in the beginning with the card, right? The essence of that which is like unto itself is drawn. So I'm raising my vibrational frequency to wealth consciousness, having it be a more attractive, an attractor magnet to what I choose, which is higher income coming my way, consistent money coming my way. I'm just reprogramming my mindset. I'm reprogramming my energy, and then it can come to me more quickly and more easily. So that's a way to work through that money block that I have. That's how I'm working through it. And that's how I teach people to work through it. So just start playing with that process and definitely download this 3-step formula. It's you get a cheat sheet and a video training. It's awesome. Like really, really great. It will help you move through money issues, anything really, relationship issues, scaling issues. And it's just the exact practice and process to use to keep up leveling your money mindset and keep up leveling your frequency so that you can attract things more easily. Okay, so let's get into the 6 figures faster conversation. So of course, in our businesses, we all want to be getting to whatever marker level it is for you of money that makes you feel like, yeah, I have an awesome business that gives me some time and money freedom. For me, a 6-figure business has given me a ton of freedom because, I've lived a pretty simple lifestyle. And I keep choosing to up level my income. And 6 figures gives a lot of money flow. It helps me attract more people. It's that, for me, it was that marker of success where I was in the world seeing other coaches doing this. And I'm like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. Like if I see other people out there being able to coach at a level and build their business at a level that attracts 6 figures their way, how do I do that? And the first year I did it, it was like, that hell or high water kind of thing. It was like, I'm committed, I'm going all the way no matter what. And I worked a lot. And then each year since then, I've gotten better and better at learning the art and science of manifestation. And so my mantra in NFA Money, and I want this to be yours too, is the less I work, the more I make. Work less, make more, have fun. Work less, make more, have fun. And what I mean by this is not like I'm never working because I love what I do. I don't ever see myself like laying on the beach all day and drinking pina coladas. I would get bored out of my mind. So I'm always bringing value. I'm doing it more efficiently in my zone of genius so that all day feels like play to me. And so let's talk about how to get there. So number one, to get your, let's see, when other people are talking as guests, it's easier to, okay, there we go. It's easier to keep this going, but today we're going, let's go number one. Okay, so to get to 6 figures faster, tip number one, learn and do everything you can to master yourself. This is key for everything in your life to go awesome and to feel like you have a magic wand to create anything that you choose. Learn and do everything you can to master yourself. Okay. What does mastering yourself mean? It means that in the morning when you wake up, you feel aligned, which means you have joy. You feel excited for the day. You feel like, ooh, I can't wait to create in my zone of genius. And your zone of genius just means that you're doing stuff that you love all day long, stuff that you choose to bring to the world, stuff that feels aligned for you, stuff that makes you feel inspired and alive and awake. Okay, this is stuff that I love this statement like, oh, I love it so much I would do it for free. I want you to reframe that too. I love it so much it's the only thing I would do for money. I love it so much it's the only thing I would do for money. That's when you know you're living in your zone of genius. And this is where you're like pinching yourself because you're going, I can't believe I get paid to do this. I just ate lunch with my husband upstairs and like my office is downstairs and I went upstairs to eat lunch and I was like, I just had the best client meeting. It was amazing. I can't believe I get paid to help people learn how to manifest. Like I get paid for this and it makes me so happy. I feel so elated about it. And the reason that I get to be in that place is because I've learned and I implement what I'm learning. So knowledge is action in power. Knowledge in action is power. Knowledge in action is power. And just learn and do everything that I can to master myself. And so I'm getting conscious of my limiting beliefs. And as I get conscious of those, I apply the NFA Money Formula that I learned through practicing all of this stuff and all the books I've read and all the workshops I've gone to and all the YouTube videos I've watched and all the podcasts I've listened to. I learn, and I practice and I practice. I do. And over time, I get to be more masterful of myself. And what this means is that now I feel like, okay, I have confidence to create any amount of money on my terms. And then, like I said in this, the money block, when this money block, will the money keep coming? I just play with what I've practiced and what I've learned. And I go, oh yeah, I can break through that money block and I can continue to build my business. And so, when we're working through our mastering ourselves, and even someone like me who spends 95% of my life focused on this stuff, like learning money mindset and manifestation and learning how to overcome limiting beliefs and being stuck in your unconscious drivers that are keeping you stuck, I still get stuck. Okay. So like, let's say that you're on your way to building a better mindset to build a business. It's not going to happen like from here to here. It's not a straight line, right? The reason I have this spiral in the back is because it's, the universal ratio of perfection. Okay. So in this ratio, it's a spiral. And you'll see it like I'm really into spirals because it spirals in sacred geometry because it has to do with the growth curve, right? So spiral is how you grow. You go from figuring something out on the middle, and then it expands out and you learn more. And then you go down again to breaking through another part of your unconscious self. And then you expand out and you ride the wave, and then you're at the top and you're like, yeah, I broke through. I made it to the next quantum evolution of myself. And then you go down again and you keep expanding and you keep expanding. And so that's how mastering yourself looks. Okay. It doesn't look like, oh, I started here and I break through and I just go straight line curve to awesomeness. Everything's always amazing. It doesn't work that way. So don't get discouraged if along the journey you have ups and downs and ebbs and flows. That's normal part of scaling your business. That's a normal part of mastering yourself. The trick here is to be dedicated, determined, and really, really committed to daily learning and practicing how to master yourself. And again, NFA Money Formula will help you do that. So if you go to nfamoneyformula.com, this is a step in the direction. If you use this formula every single day for a year, I promise you your life and money will completely change. Okay, so let's look at tip number 2. So for tip number 2, This is something that helped me break through to 6 figures much faster. You got to promote yourself through providing value. And the way that I did it was through podcasting and now on YouTube. And so this is a really easy model. In order for you to make more money in your business, you want to be providing value, because money is just an exchange of value. So if you're noticing a lull in your business, or you're noticing any stuckness, or you're feeling like you're just ready to make more, you got to ask yourself, am I providing awesome value? Where am I providing awesome value? Or am I just expecting people to somehow magically find me? Are you willing to promote yourself? So all I did when I started my business is I would set up coffee shop work, like coffee shop, kind of like what they call discovery calls. I would just be like, hey, let's have coffee and chat. And I would attract them by at this event saying, hey, are you feeling stuck? Come talk to me. And I'd give my little 30-second spiel. And then someone would come talk to me and be like, sure. I'd get their card and I'd follow up and I'd say, let's have a coffee talk and just see how I can support you. And we would go talk for, sometimes half an hour. Sometimes I had one that lasted 4 hours. And my dedication there was like, I'm dedicated to having you have a breakthrough in this conversation, knowing that if I do that, I've provided value and you're going to want to work with me. And it worked every time. I had almost 100% conversion rate. Over time, it started to change. And then I shifted my business online. But at first it was like every person I would talk to would ask me, how can I work with you? I think those coffee shop work days actually were in the 100% conversion rate. It was like, and it was because I provided value. Simultaneously. So that was like the direct conversations of promoting myself and providing value. Then on podcast and YouTube, what I did was I just said, I'm just going to start a podcast. Don't overthink this. Don't make things too complicated. There's so many easy ways to get started in these areas. Don't overthink it and think it has to be perfect up front. Just get started. One of my favorite mantras is screw perfection, just get started. So here, if you're thinking like, I want to start a podcast, I want to start YouTube, give yourself 3 to 4 hours of doing research and get on it. YouTube University offers amazing courses, amazing free information on how to start a YouTube channel. Same with podcasting. You could DM me. I have an awesome worksheet that I could get to you if you're interested in it. But like, don't be afraid thinking, you're probably comparing yourself to people who have been in the industry for a long time and or have like bigger channels and bigger shows, thinking like, oh, I got to make it like that to start with. Go back and listen to their very first episodes and see what the quality was like. I love it. There's a guy on YouTube I follow and he shows his very first YouTube video, and it's hilarious. Like, he's in his bedroom, his bed's all messy in the background, his hair's kind of crazy, and he's just like at his desk chatting with people. And he's now one of the best known YouTube gurus really in YouTube. And he teaches people how to grow their YouTube channels. And I love this journey because, most people look at what he's created now versus what he started from, and they think they got to be like what he is now instead of what he started from. The reason he got there is because he took steps every day and he practiced and practiced and practiced and just put himself out there. He promoted himself and gave away free value on YouTube or on a podcast. Podcasters are the same. So just remember, get something out there creating value in your area of expertise, and then take little snippets of that and put it on a social media platform of your choice. And I would recommend just starting with 1 or 2 at the most, and do your favorite one, because that's the one you're going to be most drawn to. And that's the one where you're going to be most magnetic because you enjoy that platform the most. So I would take a YouTube episode and I would clip a 1-minute clip from it and I would put it on Instagram. And then I would just, like hang out on Instagram and talk to people. And then I started getting people saying like, oh my God, I love what you're sharing here. Let's talk about a collaboration. And I would get on those calls and I would talk to people. And then, I started inviting people as guests on my show, and they started inviting me as guests on their show. And my business just started to grow and grow and grow. And the reason I believe it grew is because I had that, that decide, commit, take action, the NFA money mindset, where you go decide, commit, take action. I decided I am building my business to 6 figures and beyond. I'm dedicated to serving the world. I've decided that I am a full-time, awesome, impactful coach in the world who's helping people transform themselves from the inside out so that they can live in their zone of genius and make money. And that has been my dedication really from day one in starting my business. I committed and I took action, and then the universe brought me all of the ways. That's how manifestation works. And the paths I chose were the ones that were enjoyable to me. I was like, podcasting changed my life. Listening to podcasts changed my life, because when I started, I was on food stamps and I didn't have when I started my business, I was on food stamps and I didn't have a lot of access to resources in money. And so I needed to listen to things for free to start growing myself. And so I listened to podcasts. Also, I was really busy. And so I could listen to them on my bike and while I was washing dishes and all those things. And so they changed my life. So I was like, I'm inspired to start a podcast. So I started my podcast and then I just took those clips and I put them on social media and I promoted myself, and provided value. And it's really that simple. Don't overthink these things. If you're ready to scale your business to the next level, screw perfection, just get started and start with things that inspire you. Podcasting, YouTube, something of the sort where you can share value for free and attract people your way through promoting yourself. And when I say promote yourself, it's promote what you know. Promote your area of expertise by providing value and helping people. If you have questions about any of these tips, put them in the comments and I will happily answer them in an upcoming video or directly in the comment back to you. Okay, tip number 3, scale your business from your zone of genius. Okay, what this means is that you've got to start practicing dropping, automating, and delegating anything that's not aligned with your zone of genius, okay? And this is going to take a little bit of time. You're not going to do this overnight. But let's say you're in your business building and you're at 50K a year and you're like, okay, I'm ready to up level to the next level. Most likely the thing that's holding you back is your limiting beliefs around the possibility of scaling and also that you're crunched for time. What I see a lot of coaches getting stuck with is that they do this, dollar for hour type of service and there's only one of you and that's not very scalable. So what you've got to do is learn, how do I scale what I love doing in my business and grow that, and then drop, automate, and delegate everything else away that isn't aligned with that. And what this takes is the NFA Money Formula process. So again, go here, NFAmoneyformula.com, to get the step-by-step worksheet. So what you want to do is recognize your zone of genius first. So you got to recognize where you are in and out of your zone of genius, and where areas where you're in your zone of genius are going to look like things that you start doing in your business and you're automatically inspired, you're having fun, it feels flowing, it feels like like your day you're like, oh my God, I lose track of time because I'm having so much fun doing this in my business building journey. That's your zone of genius. So those are clues to your zone of genius. You want to recognize those and start writing down. So I like to do a drop ad list. So the ad list is everything you love doing. You want to do more of that. The drop list is write down all the things that you notice in your business you don't love doing. Okay. And on that drop list, those are things that are not in alignment with your zone of genius, because if they were, you would feel excited about doing them. So because they're not, you want to decide. So write a D, an A, or a D next to it. Like, is this something I'm going to, and you're going to need to differentiate drop. So write a drop, automate, or delegate next to it. So are you going to write drop? So drop things from your zone of genius, and things you're doing are things that you've been told you should do in your business, but that aren't bringing you value, aren't bringing ROI, and just really are unessential. So a lot of times when we're building a business, we get told to do things from all different angles. There's a million ways to build a business. And so you've listened to that and you've thought, I have to do this to build my business. What you need to do is start recognizing, is that true that I need to be doing this? If it's not, and it's not essential, it's not growing your business, you're not enjoying it, drop it like a freaking hot potato. and then next on that list, write the things that you can automate. So what can you systematize? Maybe it's having a social media scheduler. Maybe it is having more automation in your block schedule so that you have more flow of your time and more clarity around your time. It could be that you're automating through having an email nurture sequence. Okay, so those are examples of automating. And then delegating, these are things that you want to write a list of everything you're doing and the things that aren't bringing you joy on that the things that aren't bringing you joy on that drop list that you need to do in your business but could be delegated. You're going to know that they could be delegated by the things where you go, okay, is this activity worth my time in my hourly rate? So let's say your hourly rate is $25 an hour, $50 an hour, $500 an hour, whatever it is. If what you're spending your time on is not worth that amount of money per hour, delegate it. And you're looking for someone who can do it 70 to 80% as well as you do, right? If they do 70 to 80% and you're delegating it away and you're spending less there and you're paying them to be in their zone of genius and you get to stay in yours, your business is going to scale faster. Okay, so just remember, do this drop atlas. It's a really powerful exercise. If you have questions about it, leave in the comments questions about it. This is a powerful practice to help you get into your zone of genius by dropping, automating, delegating. Okay. I want to say places that people get stuck here are a lot of times we're afraid to delegate because we think it will cost us money. Powerful delegation should always bring you money, right? Because you're dropping things, you're taking it off your list, the stuff you don't enjoy, which causes you to be able to operate at a higher efficiency. And you are enjoying what you're doing, which is more magnetic to money. And you're also duplicating yourself by delegating, which means that you can move more into the leveraging yourself, right? So you're leveraging your business, you're leveraging your skills. So now you're able to scale your business. Always remember, in order to scale, you got to be leveraging your time, your energy, and your money. Okay. So when you're leveraging your time and energy and your money, then you get to move to the next layer in your business. So that was a lot of downloads. Let me know in the comments if you have questions. These are all stuff that are just powerful, powerful things to be considering. So let me recap. So tip number 1, learn and do everything you can to master yourself. Things, books, YouTube, plugging in here every week, doing my NFA Money Formula, watching other people's YouTube videos on money mindset, on confidence, on sales strategy, how to be a masterful person in and of yourself, that kind of stuff. Number 2, promote yourself through providing value on podcast or YouTube. These are the things that I did. These are things that I see be very successful for highly paid coaches and entrepreneurs, is that they have a platform where they share free value, where people can get to know, like, and trust them. And they just keep giving free value. And then people raise their hand and reach out to them and go like, oh, I want to work with you because I've gotten to know you and I like what you bring to the table. So promote yourself through providing value on podcast or on a YouTube channel, and then promote that through social media. And then number 3, to get to 6 figures faster, the last tip is to scale from your zone of genius. So you want to be dropping, automating, and delegating anything that's not in alignment with your zone of genius, which means anything that's not bringing you joy, that you're feeling gross around. Anytime you feel gross, like that feeling of like, I don't want to do this in my business, that's you being at a low vibrational frequency, which pushes money away. And we want to be manifesting easier money doing what we love. So work less, make more, have fun. You're having fun in your zone of genius. You're working less because everything you're doing feels like joy and fun and flow and freedom. Like your work feels like play because you enjoy what you're doing, which brings more money. So work less, make more, have fun. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Yes. So that is our show for today. Check out the NFA Money Talks link down here. That is going to be from all the NFA Money Talks. It's the playlist. Lots of awesome tips. I'll be here next week with another guest. And of course, ask questions in the comments, and I'll see you next time. And until then, NFA Money Making High Five.